family. Is there anything called an alternate woke royal family, members of the squad? Because apparently, these so-called carnival or so-called experts have been coming up with these analogies, the delusions that Harry and Meghan want to run a woke alternate royal family that will wipe out the one we have already. And then they've been using this also to say that Harry and Meghan, are a threat to the monarchy. That's what the Tabloids have been coming out with, trotting out, in the past few days. And actually, they've been saying this because of apparently that Netflix wants to broadcast Prince Harry and Meghan's docuseries at the same time as The Crown Netflix. That's what they are saying. And first of all, the only known productions that are being produced by Actual is the Invictus Games documentary, The Heart of Invictus. That's what we do know as of late. We don't know anything about a docuseries. We know nothing about that 100%. But one thing, and anything that comes from a tabloid owned by Rupert Murdoch, especially when they are talking about Prince Harry and Meghan, are just full of lies and so much full of hate and are meant to incite hate towards Prince Harry and Meghan. That's something that has been common with Rupert Murdoch owned tabloids. Now, members of the squad, I want to say this first of all. There is nothing like an alternate royal family because they've been using it to drum up hate towards Prince Harry and Meghan, to get the so-called monarchists to go after Prince Harry and Meghan in the constant never-ending incitement of hate targeted towards Harry and Meghan. And I have to call out this behavior. I have to call out this threat from the so-called carnival, so-called experts targeted at Prince Harry and Meghan, because they're putting a target on Prince Harry and Meghan's back based on a lie. I want to say this first of all. If there's any single thing that can be a threat to the monarchy, it is the behavior of members of the royal family themselves, the one who earn money, taxpayer funds. That is the threat to the monarchy, not Prince Harry and Meghan. And first of all, how can two people who have already left the country be a threat to the monarchy? They've already left. Harry and Meghan will spend the rest of their lives in the US. That's where they'll spend the rest of their lives. Their kids will grow up there, because there is no way ever that Prince Harry and Meghan are going to be coming back to abuse. Harry and Meghan have escaped abuse and will not be coming back to abuse, because one thing that you can always expect from abusers is that no matter what, they will always be abusive. And the tabloid media, the farm, is abusive. And to this point, they have not stopped their targeted harassment, bullying, and abuse of Harry and Meghan. And I want to make this clear to these supposed monarchists. Meghan and Prince Harry are not a threat to your monarchy. They are not a threat. As a matter of fact, Prince Harry and Meghan, both of them, they don't even live in the UK. What is a threat is the constant, harassment that the tabloids, continue to harass Prince Harry and Meghan day in, day out, continue to abuse Prince Harry and Meghan day in, day out. That is the threat, members of the squad family. That is the threat to the monarchy. Because it is this behavior that the entire world can clearly see how rotten the monarchy is. The institution of the monarchy, the farm, is how rotten it is. The world can see the roles are not even a family. They're more like a cult and not a family. That is the threat to the monarchy. The threat to the monarchy is paying £12 million for Prince Andrew's crimes, sleeping with underage women. That is the threat to the monarchy. Harry and Meghan leaving the UK because they no longer want to put up with abuse and racism is not a threat to the monarchy. And listen to this. The only people that can remove the royal family, the only one that can get the monarchy abolished, the only one, are the UK public. Through constitutional changes, that is a referendum. That is the only way that they can get the monarchy abolished. Not Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan do not have the power to do that. So then, which brings the question, why are the so-called cannibal, so-called experts who know fully well that the only way the monarchy can be abolished is through the people, through the public voting for a referendum? Why are they saying that Harry and Meghan are a threat to the monarchy, that Harry and Meghan are setting up an alternate woke royal family? First of all, the tabloid media is still pissed off and continues to be pissed off at the fact that they have not been able to destroy the spare Prince Harry. That's the first reason. Because the goal is to destroy. Even when you look at what this person who wrote a book about Meghan, has never met Meghan in his entire life, said, he said that he wants Harry and Meghan's brand to be destroyed. That's what he wants, to see the destruction of Prince Harry and Meghan. Their reputation, that's what they want. That's their goal. Members of the squad, that's what they want. That's how cruel and vindictive the tabloids are at Prince Harry and Meghan for simply saying no to abuse, for simply standing up to the abuse. That's how the tabloid media behave. That's how they are. You know, whenever you sue them, for instance, for breach of privacy or copyright, what do? They respond by breaching and intruding into your privacy even more, like what happened with Meghan's previous case against the Daily Mail on privacy and copyright. The response is to intrude even more on your privacy. Members of the squad. Now, whenever I see them also talking about, Harry and Meghan as a threat to the monarchy, one thing comes to my mind that I want to share with all of you. First of all, not only do they want to drum up hatred against Harry and Meghan and continue to drum it up like what they've been doing for the past, 6 years, but also, it's because of what Anne said, what the farm said. The farm prides itself in not changing. That's what the farm prides itself in. It doesn't change. It remains the same. And, Princess Anne, the Queen's daughter, talked about the wills of the monarchy. That it remains the same. It should not be changed. That they do not change. And in that will, of the monarchy, I want you to imagine a will. A will that keeps on going on a cycle. And in that cycle of that will, you see the likes of, let's start with the Queen. The Queen, Princess Margaret. Princess Margaret, more famous than the Queen before she took or ascended to the throne. And the tabloids were hooked on Princess Margaret. And what happened after that? Margaret was smeared, abused, to the point that Margaret, had, a health condition. And it was only then that the Queen asked the tabloids to back off. But it was too late. After a few years, Margaret passed away. Now, same thing with Prince Andrew and Charles. Let's move the wheel forward to Andrew and Charles. Andrew has already been, his reputation damaged, completely destroyed. As a matter of fact, they've called upon him to, keep away from, public lives, keep away, just live privately, at one of the Queen's properties and just live there and not be seen at all. They don't want Andrew seen. As a matter of fact, the tabloids just, keep away from him. The media, the entire, farm, the farm is protecting Prince Andrew. Even in, I had even a segment, on Twitter. I saw a segment on Twitter about, a TV show in the UK, whereby when someone wanted to talk about Prince Andrew, they were told, no, let's not go there, by the host of the show. Clearly, they have their marching orders. In one of those shows even, I saw a commentator, a host, calling, Prince Andrew, he who must not be named. That's what they used to refer to Prince Andrew and his many, and his crimes of sleeping with underage women. That's how they refer to Prince Andrew as he who must not be named. So the farm is protecting him. He's already ruined. It's been destroyed. And what are they doing right now? Recently, Charity Commission for Prince Charles, has found out they will not be investigating, Charles anymore. Once again, Charles gets away with this, cash for honor scandal. Once again, projecting the heir, at the same time, the spare has been destroyed. Let's move further now to timeline of Prince Harry and Meghan. William is the heir to the throne. Prince Harry, the spare. What have they not accomplished with Prince Harry? They have not been able to accomplish destroying Prince Harry. And that's why they feel like that's a threat to the ongoing timeline of the monarchy. That's what I want you to visualize and see for yourself. In the ongoing timeline of the monarchy, one person has veered off. One person has left. And that's why the tabloid media now sees it as a distraction, today as a threat to the monarchy, as a threat to the continuation of and survival of the monarchy. Because one person veered off. One person, they've not been able to destroy one person. He veered off. The spare this time has not been destroyed. And that's why they keep on saying that Harry and Meghan are a threat to the monarchy. Not just to rile up hate against Harry and Meghan, but also because of what I've said about the will, the continuing will of the monarchy that cannot and must not be changed. So, members of the squad, as I tell you this, can you blame Prince Harry for leaving? As a matter of fact, you actually appreciate him. Because this man said, I will not choose misery for my life. I will choose happiness. I've already given you a lot. I lost my mother here. Harry lost his mother, the late Princess Diana. And they said, never again. We're never going to harass our royal again. Then came Meghan. Then Harry found happiness in Meghan. And what did they do? They sought to destroy his happiness. The will of the farm, the will of the monarchy. Members of the squad. And they used their tools. The tabloid media once again. They bullied Meghan to the point of wanting to take her own life. Members of the squad. And I wanted you to understand the analogy of the will of the monarchy. They pride themselves that it can never change. Harry leaving is a threat to the continuation of their will. A will in which the spare must suffer so the heir can rise. Harry, continue thriving and be happy. You have to be very, very cruel to wish that a person has to endure cruelty so that you can be uplifted, so someone can do PR for you. That's Prince William. That's what he wants from Harry, to put up with the abuse so that he can get positive press, as what has been happening, so oftenly, members of the squad. Now, members of the squad, what do you think about this will that I've just, talked to you about, the will of the monarchy, members of the squad? In my opinion, the monarchy should just be abolished 100%, because these people are just not made up of good people. They're not. They're cruel. And even the monarchists themselves, they know it. But they love to see their cruelty. And that speaks even much about, the following, or those who follow these people, the royal family. What they see, the royal cult that calls itself a family. And I want you to hear, a comment made by someone called Yasmin Alibhai Brown about, the monarchy, about what she said about it. And hear this. Members of the squad, hear this.
And this was evidence. It's 160 laws that they got quietly, the Queen herself actually, for some of them, obtained exemption from. So
slightly different to what Claire was alleging.
Well,
I told you in my previous podcast the exact same thing. Let's continue.
I'm just describing it in my words. And in some of those laws, like health and safety, the tenants on their lands, all kinds of things. But it's bigger than that. I completely agree with you that in 2022, for us to have a monarchy, not just a queen, a head of state. And I can't see why a talented country like this couldn't have an elected head of state, but I'm in a minority there. You know, that the next king is paid, I think, 22 million. Yeah? What for? Why can't they cut back? Not one of them has ever shown up at a food bank. They haven't. This is just a disgraceful system.
But the question is about...
Not one of them. The next king will be receiving, 20 million pounds from the Duchy of Cornwall. That is Prince William will be receiving 20 million in just a short matter of time. He'll be receiving 20 million because Charles will hand over the Duchy of Cornwall to Prince William. Make it 20 million. And most of them have never shown up to a food bank as Jackie, as Jasmine, Yasmin Alibhai Brown has said. As Yasmin Alibhai Brown has said. And let's continue to what, she practically had to say about this, members of the squad.
I mean, I think it's, in a way, a slightly weird question because I don't...
They haven't. This is just a disgraceful system.
But the question is about... I mean, I think it's, in a way, a slightly weird question because I don't know where this 400 million comes from. But let's assume it's right. It isn't right, but let's assume it is. And saying, well, we can't give nurses a decent pay rise.
Yeah.
Well, how many nurses are there in the country?
Well, I think it's...
So they wouldn't get much out of 400 million.
But don't you understand that you're telling a segment of our population which is doing extremely important work that you can survive on this, but our royal family has to have 13 palaces, extraordinary wealth, and then they still take money from the dodgy Arabs.
They don't belong to individual members of the royal family.
Yasmin telling it like it is. Yasmin telling it as it is. Yasmin telling it as it is. And still, they get millions and millions of pounds. Billions, actually. They made 100 million in taxpayer money just this year. And then, all of a sudden, right now also, you hear scandals of Charles having to take money also from Kuwait prime ministers. Once again, the monarchy should be abolished. That's just a fact.
Gardens. We can't access the buildings.
You can at Buckingham Palace in July.
Yeah, if you pay. Yeah, you pay. It's not ours. During the pandemic, I wrote saying every other monarch in this country has gifted land to the public, except for this lot. Did you know that? You heard it here first.
Yasmin Alibhai Brown. That is her name. Every single monarchy has gifted land to the public, except this lot. Yasmin Alibhai Brown. Telling it like it is. The tabloids don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that, members of the squad. They don't want you to know that. But you finally know that here from Hasco Family TV, here, right now, right here, and also from Yasmin as well. I just love this part. I love this part.
Gifted land to the public, except for this lot. Did you know that? You heard it here.
Every monarch has gifted land to the public, except this lot. Members of the squad. That's the decision of the monarchy that the tabloid media and some monarchists want to uphold. Do you see why, they see Prince Harry as a threat? Do you see why? I just hope that this podcast has enlightened you in one way or another. It was a squad. The monarchy should be abolished. It is unscrupulous and not made up of good people. The royal cult that calls itself a family, they're not good. They're not good. They're not good. Whoever calls them good, just don't do it here. They're not good people. If they were good people, would call them and praise them for being good people, but they're not good people. You've even heard from Yasmin Alibhai Brown, a commentator, talking about it. Every single, monarchy has gifted land to the public, except this lot, the one that you have in the UK, and the Queen, Charles. That's the rot in the UK that they wish to uphold. Harry and Meghan are not a threat. The threat comes from within, from themselves, from the farm itself, from their actions that are clearly visible by members of the public, by Yasmin Alibai Brown who are seeing it, by you at home who are seeing it, but not from Harry and Meghan. Not from Harry and Meghan. They still use Harry and Meghan as their scapegoats to cover for their illegal activities. That's what they like doing. And enough is enough. Enough is enough. The entire world is finally waking up. And that's why they keep using woke as an insult. It's not an insult. Wake up before they take away your rights. As Prince Harry said in the UN. It's time to wake up. Don't let them. You see right now, constitutional rights are being taken away in the US. Wake up. Go out there, vote. Use your voice. Use your voice. Go out there and vote. Members of the squad. What do you think about this podcast? What do you think about Alibai Brown's words? And with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support Evergreen Family on YouTube. You know, Harry broke generational suffering. He broke it. He broke this cycle of pain. He broke this cycle of misery that he was supposed to endure as a spare. He broke it. And they're pissed off and throwing tantrums at that, saying that Harry, is a threat to the monarch. He is not a threat. The threat comes from within and not from Harry, who no longer even lives in the UK. The threat comes from the Queen herself. It comes from Charles, from William, from their actions that you see Alibai Brown talking about. Only this lot are not given land to the public. Only this lot has not given land to the public. Only this lot, composed of the Queen, Charles, William, and yet they say Harry is a threat. Harry is not a threat. And only the public, only the UK public, only they can decide in a referendum to abolish the monarchy. Not me, not Harry, not Meghan, both of them who don't live in the UK anymore, not them. Only the public themselves can decide and call for a referendum. But the thing is, the monarchy practically controls everything and has this propaganda army of the tabloids at its disposal. And they're using it to call Harry and Meghan threats. We know who the threats are. Harry and Meghan are not threats. The threats come from within the monarchy. Its behavior, its evil and cruel behaviors, which needs to stop. Members of the squad, it needs to stop one way or the other. It needs to stop. We have to expose them for their actions, the targeted harassment, the bullying of Harry and Meghan. Members of the squad, what do you think about this podcast? With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support Evergreen Family on YouTube. What do you think about this podcast? I want to hear your opinion. Members of the squad, I want to hear your opinion about this podcast and every single thing that is happening. There is also no such thing as an alternate monarchy. An alternate monarchy would need to be taxpayer funded. Harry and Meghan are not taxpayer funded. A monarchy would need people, you need to own practically, basically a city. Practically, you need to practically have your own city. And you can be sure about one thing: Harry and Meghan live in the US. And in the US, members of the squad, there is an elected head of state, President Joe Biden. Perhaps the UK would like its own president, because seriously, the monarchy needs to be abolished. It's time that they have an elected head of state and government as well. Head of state and government as well, because clearly they need it. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support Evergreen Family on YouTube. What do you think about this podcast? And I hope that you've learned a lot about what is happening. Harry and Meghan will continue to thrive. They will never fail. And any weapon thrown against them by the tabloid media and the racist royal family will fail. Stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of the Sesko Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.